All right, and we're back, and here we are with Ronnie Palamar from the Sheridan Arts Foundation. Ronnie, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, Colin.
Yeah, listen, everybody who sits on this couch, I always start off with the first question, which is the most important, which is, how did you get here?
Boy, let's see. I've been here quite a bit, a long time. I came here with my husband, who worked for the Bank of Telluride.
Okay.
He started in 1990, I believe, and I followed him out here shortly after with my 3 children, and we just started our life here in Telluride. And at that point in time, we said we'd probably give it a 3 or 4 year go, and we're still here.
And you guys 105 years later, because it's the 105th summer for the Sheridan
Arts Foundation. I've been with the Sheridan Arts Foundation it'll be 24 years this coming up. I know, it's amazing.
You guys are purveyors. You and Steve, your husband,
my husband.
You and Steve, and pretty much your whole family now are in the biz, as they would say in Telluride.
We're running in the show biz.
Yeah, you're in the show biz. You're running the old opera house, which 105 years ago was pretty much this, right?
Right.
So when the Sigerbergs, right?
The Sigerberg family that built the opera house, in 1913.
Yeah, and you guys actually, I guess I want to start off with this because you guys do a ton of stuff, and I want to talk about that. But talk to me about the building itself and about like the stuff that you guys have done, because it's changed even in the decade that I've been here. It's changed tremendously.
I think people or the community doesn't realize how much we do to preserve the building. It's was pretty beat up when the Carradines took it over in 1991, and since I started in 1995, we've slowly started the renovation process, and we've gone through 3 full phases, and we're still working on it. I mean, even this fall, we're having to reinforce the bottom truss in the theater that holds the balcony. We reinforce the roof. We replace the roof, reinforce the top trusses, and now we're working on that. And that's 5 weeks of construction, and it's a grand old lady, as they say, to restore, and we've been doing it for a long time.
Well, it's really wild. Like people don't know that. Like
they don't really know.
That stenciling is all historic, right? That's in the theater, but that wasn't here when I got here originally. And you guys had to take old pictures and get that stenciling redone from like a couple of little swaths.
Yeah, we wanted to. The ceiling needed to be redone at the time, so we removed all the plaster and discovered some of the original stenciling so we could replicate it, and we did a lot of research on that, and so we're really proud of that. And we left one little foot area of the original stenciling, so if anybody ever comes into the opera house, and people might not know that because it's kind of in the corner, you can see exactly what
that's
the
like
original
the Blarney Stone. You go there and you go upside down, you kiss it, you get good luck.
It's a special building, and we've we're really proud to be where we're at right now, especially since we redid the first floor room and turned it into a bar, a
so
usable space.
Not historic exactly.
No, it wasn't.
But you turned the what was like a rehearsal room and things like that downstairs into the bar.
Right. Yeah, and it's been wonderful. It just adds more to the building for renters when they rent the whole building for weddings and private parties, and when the community comes in to use the space.
I mean, I think it's important to say also, like, having a space like this in Telluride for years, like we didn't have the Palm and we didn't have the Black Box and we didn't have all of these other sort of spaces. So like theater companies like ours, you guys have worked with us over the years to be able to provide that kind of thing. I mean, it's amazing to be up on that stage, but also just that whole building, like the bar space. Now we do all of our little things and occasionally like the down lows and other things. Barrett.
It's a great asset to the community, I feel, and we're really proud of it.
Yeah. So speaking of it, you do programming wise, you guys are pretty boring, right? You don't really do anything.
Well, let's put
You're doing constant stuff all year round. I have no idea.
Well, we encourage private rentals.
Yes.
And we encourage all the nonprofit rentals. And when that's pretty much said and done, and then we fill the gap. We fill all the weekends and the dates when we're not.
West Fest. You do plein air. You do the 20th anniversary of the Young People's Theater.
Young People's Theater for 20 years now, and our enrollment ends August 31st, and we still have a few spaces. We have a high school musical coming up, Mamma Mia, which is my favorite, and some of I think the little kindergartners class are filled, but other than that, we still have some room. Yeah. And I would recommend everybody to sign up that's interested, because
Leah Nicula.
Yeah, Leah Nicula is fabulous. She's our Young People's Theater director.
Yes, yeah.
And she has done a wonderful job these past couple of years, with the Young People's Theater.
You have one of our Telluride TV employees as well as one of yours, yes. Catherine Warren, who does her Warren
PR. She does, and she does director of PR and marketing, and we have a fabulous staff. Yeah. Catherine's been with us for like 7 years now, and we have Maggie, and we have Josh. And and Josh is fabulous. And
Josh has the glorious.
He's a production manager, so he greets everybody when they first come into the building. And the funny thing is we have a behind the scenes. We all worked really hard as a team to produce all of our special events, as well as the music. And then people will come up and go, "Thanks, Josh, for bringing us."
And Josh also has the production manager. What people don't know is that those seats. How old are those seats? Those theater seats?
Well, our seats is another story here. Our seats have been there since the early 70s. Yeah. And we reupholstered the seats and put new cushions on them, but they're in disrepair.
The groups of seats weigh like 300 or 400 pounds.
Oh, they're really heavy.
They're all in the basement. Yeah. Which has no elevator.
Well, no, and they have to carry them 2 to 3 seats at a time. They have to take them apart and carry them down, and then they're still drilled.
This is inside baseball, folks. This has literally happened for the entire decade I was here, and probably the decade before.
They have to be drilled into little inserts into the 1913 original maple floor, so it's a little complicated process of taking our seats in and out. But it seems like right now, more people want the seats out so they can have the parties and the dancing.
Better for Josh.
It's a little bit popular.
Josh is in a better mood these days.
And we are going to replace our seats one day soon. We need to figure that out when we can start that campaign, but we really need to replace them with
I just want to talk
seats.
A little bit about just about the live music too, because you have the Sheridan Arts Foundation, which is the nonprofit sort of arm, which does all of these different programs and things. But then you also have the Sheridan Opera House, which are running actually a live music venue. Right. And so I have my favorite concerts and things like that. But if you're going in the back, or you ever get to tour the green room and things, you'll see all these posters. Everybody's played there, right?
Between all the festivals that Telluride hosts and the music we book, we've had some wonderful, talented artists grace our stage, and we still do. And it's a challenge trying to get people to come to Telluride and play the size of our venue. Yeah. But we have a great reputation, and artists, sometimes will just pick up the phone. The managers will call and say, "Hey, Victor Wilton really wants to come back to Telluride and play your stage," or Judy Collins loves your theater and she's going to come back. And I think the challenge is trying to provide the music for all ages.
Well, I think actually you guys do a really good job with that, because you, especially recently within the last 2 or 3 years, you're bringing all these different levels. That means also pricing levels too.
Right, exactly.
So. So we've talked a ton about everything. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here. But I want to also say, where would we go if we wanted tickets or we wanted to find out about all of this?
Well, you go to SheridanOperaHouse.com. We have our own ticketing system. We have a wonderful calendar of events that you can check out. So please go online and check. There's always something going on at the Opera House, and so please check us out and please support us. And thank you for the community and their continued support of the Sheridan Opera House.
Ronnie,
it really means a lot to us.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, thanks, Colin.
Get that balcony reinforced.
Yeah, we will.
Thanks a lot for being here. All right. Well, even though we're in the heat of the summer right now, we're looking forward to a really big winter with a lot of powder. So let's go over and check out a little piece from Wagner Custom Skis.